Welcome to Ditch Auto, this is Jared, and we're gonna unbox the Sony a7R II. I'm actually so excited about this, I wanna unbox it before I unbox it. So I didn't even take it out of the box from B&H Photo, which of course is where I order the majority of my photography equipment. Their prices are good, their service is fantastic. I just wish that they were closer to California, so I didn't have to pay for next day air all the time, or wait. All right, so let's pull this bad boy out of here. I am so excited for this camera. I'll tell you what, when I was shooting Canon, yeah, it would be fun when I'd get a new camera, but when you get a new Sony, it's like a drug or something. I mean, when a new Sony comes, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because it's bleeding edge technology. I just get super excited about it. So this is the a7R II camera that I've been waiting for a little while now, and it's finally here. In the box, it was so lightweight. I mean, you know, these cameras are just so lightweight that it's unbelievable how much power they have for how little of a camera they are. So let's go ahead and pull all the fun stuff out of the box, and then we'll talk about each little item that came in the box. So we'll make sure that we've got everything out of here. Lots of little fun hidden compartments. Came with 2 batteries. That is something worth mentioning right out the gate. 2 batteries. When have you bought a camera and it came with 2 batteries? I have yet to do that. Okay, so let's start with the least exciting and work our way to the most exciting. Camera strap, least exciting. Battery charger. A lot of these Sonys don't come with battery chargers, so I'm pretty excited that this one came with one. I did have to buy a aftermarket battery charger from Watson, I believe it is, and I did a video review of that charger, and we'll link to it below in case you're looking for a great way to charge your Sony batteries. So most likely this will just become my little travel charger because it will probably charge batteries faster than my other little tiny Sony battery charger. USB cable for charging, 2 batteries. Again, that's exciting because you can never have enough of these tiny little Sony batteries. Here's a charger for your USB, so you can plug your USB charger in. And then this little doodad right here, I'll have to think about what this is before I open my mouth. It looks like a port protector though, so I'm gonna go with that first, and then we'll take a look when we get the camera unwrapped here. All right, so I am excited for this, and let me tell you why. I have 2 of these Sony cameras. One is the Sony a7S, which is actually what's filming this right now. I also have the a7 II, which is a great camera that I use predominantly for still photography. Now, I like the slightly bigger body. The body on the a7S, after shooting a long day of a wedding, especially in the hot temperatures of 100 degrees here in the Central Valley in California, it really starts to wear on my hands. It just kind of rubs my hands raw. There isn't a whole lot of a camera to hold on to. So having this larger grip on here is great. It's one of the best features of the redesigned body with the a7 II. So the a7R II has that as well. So a lot of the buttons all look very familiar, very reminiscent of both the other cameras. The body has the matte finish as opposed to the a7S, which has kind of more of a glossy finish. So this very much looks like the a7 II as far as the look and feel. Even all of the button placement and everything is very much the same. So what I'm excited about with this camera is the fact that it does have the stabilized sensor. So I'm excited about that. It's gonna work really well with the rest of my Sony lenses that have optical stabilization built into them. The large image that this camera produces is very exciting to me as well. The a7 II produces a pretty decent size image. The a7S, not so much. You get a pretty small photo. So when, you know, and what that means is that you can't take a wider photo and then crop down. You're pretty much stuck with the size of the photo that you end up taking. And with the a7 II, you have a little bit more room to play, but with this a7 R2, you're gonna have all sorts of room to play when it comes to cropping because it produces such a large image. Let's take a look at some of these features. 42.4 megapixels, that is a extremely large image. ISO range of 100 to 25,600, and then of course that expands out to become even larger. 399 AF points phase detection. I am not a big fan of the focusability of the A7S in lower light situations. It isn't working too well. A7S just doesn't do that well with focus. The A7 II, when it comes to faster objects, fast moving things, it does okay, but not nearly as good as some of the Canon equipment that I've had in the past. So I'm excited about the changes to this particular camera when it comes to shooting fast moving objects like like a NASCAR race or something like that. So I'm excited to see how this performs in those situations. And I have a couple of opportunities coming up in the next couple of months. Here's a change. In the mode switch here is locked, which actually is a really nice feature to have added. It has a button that you have to push down before you rotate. There have been many times, especially with my A7S, because it's such a small camera body, that I have changed modes on my camera on accident. So it's nice that they've added this kind of switch right here that you just kind of push down and then rotate, and then it stays locked into position. The ports on the side, slightly different. You've got them side by side with your headphones and microphone, also plug-in power right there. And then you have your micro USB and HDMI right there as well. So you can charge the device. Another awesome Sony feature that they've been doing for a while with their cameras, plug a micro USB right into the side of it and charge the camera. You can charge it in your car if you have that type of car charger, or you could even just use the USB cable that came with the camera, charge it right in your car, always have battery charged, which is great. So other than that, I mean, this is pretty standard operating equipment here if you're familiar with other Sony cameras. So I am going to return and do a review of this camera after I have a little bit of time to play with it. I want to go out and I really want to experience the camera a bit so that I can come back and talk about how I feel it compares between the A7S and the A7 II. I didn't previously own the last version of the A7R, so I have shot with one at a camera store. I played around with it a little bit, but I don't have any real-world experience with the A7R model. So interested to see how that looks. I will also return with some sample footage, 4K sample footage shot inside. I'm gonna put that together as its own separate video and upload that to YouTube so you guys can see what that looks like, if you have a 4K monitor, of course. So make sure to check back soon. Ditch Auto, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Ditch Auto, and we'll be back with more video content on this fantastic little Sony camera, the A7R II. Thanks for checking out Ditch Auto. Hope to see you soon.